majority of the country, this pandemic has been an utter misery. It has been 8 long months of loneliness, of hardship, and of bereavement. But for a wealthy few, it has been something quite different. For them, it has been an opportunity to cash in on connections, and boy, have they cashed in. Take, for example, Conservative donor David Mellor, someone who has donated more than £60,000 to the party in the past decade, including thousands to the leadership bid of the Conservative MP for Surrey Heath, who now, of course, is the Minister for the Cabinet Office, the department that happens to be in charge of PPE procurement. Well, Mr Mellor's company ordinarily specialises in home and beauty products, but now has been awarded more than £163 million in PPE contracts. That's nearly 10 times increase in its entire 2019 turnover. Deals like this are far from isolated. A small, loss-making firm run by a Conservative councillor handed a £156 million contract to import PPE. A company run by the former business associate of Conservative peer Baroness Moan handed £122 million in a PPE contract just 7 weeks after it was set up. A deal to hand a private equity company a £252 million contract for face masks that were never used, brokered by a senior advisor to the International Trade Secretary, who also happens to sit on the board of the private equity company. The National Audit Office report found that companies with political contacts were 10 times more likely to be handed contracts than those without political contacts. Chair, the newspapers describe these dealings as chimocracy. They've also called it cronyism. Well, I think if it was happening in another country, they would call it by a different name. I'll leave it to the imagination of members here and our constituents as to what that name would be. Thank you.
Not a doctor.